Hello, we're going to talk today about file management for your website. So we just created our first web page and we saved it. But before we get too far along this project, we're going to need to think about how we're going to manage our files. If we have created links to link our various web pages together, and then we start moving files to new locations, new folders, we're going to break our links. So before we get too far in our website, we're going to want to start thinking about file management. So let's leave our Word editor and let's get into our file management. If you are on a PC, that's going to be the File Explorer. And if you are in an Apple computer, that's going to be the Finder. We have saved our first web page. Right now, it's not the correct title. Your first web page is going to always be called index. That is the starting place that we all know about, and it's going to end with the extension HTML or HTM. That .htm or HTML will let the computer know to treat this like a web page. Now, right now, it's loose in my sites folder, and that's not going to be acceptable. So we're going to want to create a folder dedicated for your web page specifically. So I'm going to create a new folder, and I'm going to give it a title with the first letter of my first name and then my last name. Notice I did that all in lowercase with no spaces. Also, this is going to be very intolerant of special characters, so I would recommend only use alphanumeric characters. Now, in this folder is where I'm going to put my web pages and my artwork and anything that's going to be part of my web page. Now, in this folder should be all of your parts of your website, but anything in here should be part of the website. Don't use this for storage for other areas. You don't want this to be bloated with lots of things. You want to keep this lean and mobile so it's easy to move from location to location. Now, once you start getting a few things in here, here's another website of mine. You'll notice that there's quite a few items, quite a few pages. And then once you start thinking about the artwork, there'll be quite a lot of artwork. So you don't want to necessarily mix the artwork up with the pages. So I also suggest having a folder dedicated for your artwork. So I'm going to create a new folder inside your web page folder. And you can give this a name that is meaningful. I would do art because that's a nice short word that is obvious what it is. If you don't like the word art, you can use the word graphics. But this is going to be our basic management. Everything in my KVictor folder is going to be part of my website. I recommend you create your own folder based on your name, and then everything inside there will be part of your website. Everything out of that folder will not be part of your website. That'll make it easy to keep things relative, and when you start creating links later, that'll make it pretty easy to do. Now, when it's time to back up your site at the end of every day, you simply need to copy this folder to a new location, a thumb drive, Google Drive, your Microsoft OneDrive, or your School Loop Digital Locker. That will ensure that should your computer ever crash, then you still have a complete backup of your entire website and you do not need to start over. So that is my recommendations for file management for your website. Keep it all in your folder and back it up daily.